And the moment you've all been waiting for is here. The man, the myth, the legend, the enigma, God's favorite, your mother's favorite, the amazing anonymous team. Unajua ni aje? The other day, I think it was last week before the Mankush episode on the Mic Check podcast. So the Mic Check guys, Kina Chaksi, Marya, and that other lady, what's her name? Nani? Mwaswar. Talking about Nini. Basically, they were covering trending topics. And one of the trending topics they covered was the YY, as they would call it, the YY math. So YY kuna event attend. To be precise, YY and his new girlfriend or his new fiance, whichever way you prefer, attended the Eric Omondi comedy show. So when they attended, I think after the show, Silver Kido from SPM Buzz chose to interview, or rather was having an interview with YY, and basically he was probing YY on his new move, showing off his new girlfriend after the separation with Marya Okoth, barely a month after the separation, rather after the breakup. And YY is a comedian, and of course some of the things he's going to say are funny, and let alone just being funny. I think he was speaking when he was doing those calculations, he wasn't being literal. The calculations, you may wonder, are he was talking about mie ni msee wa familia, na if you give yourself space kidogo after a breakup not to move on, you find yourself not moving on, which is some BS, but that's his opinion. He's entitled to his opinion. So yeah, so he says that right now he's 31, in 6 months he'll be 32. That could make sense. Probably in 6 months he'll be turning 32. That makes sense. And then he says in 7 months he'll be turning 33. or did he say 34? I can't quite remember. So Mic Check took this literal. Of course, any intelligent person would know that YY wasn't being literal, but Mic Check guys took this literal, and they went ham on YY. Kwanza, I remember Marya bana, she was all in her feelings, calling him a red flag, blah blah blah, all in her feelings. And actually, they were even talking about how it was so strange that like 2 weeks before the breakup, YY and Marya were actually at the interview together. So it beats logic why after 2 weeks, hata mimi of which pia mimi I was like, ay, kwani how bad was it that you guys are moving around together? You guys, they actually had hata 2 weeks into the breakup, I think 2 days or 3 days into the breakup, these guys had signed a couple's contract where they were advertising for a particular furniture company together. They were even doing skits together. Unajua, bro, for people to separate in that regard, somebody must have cheated. For sure, somebody must have cheated. And if you ask me, I think it's the lady. I think it's the lady who cheated. Because if it's the man who cheated and the lady decides to leave, if you know you're on the wrong, you're always on the defense. So you'll try to win your lady back if you know you're the one who cheated. Una get. But in this case, I think it was the lady, because, bro, men don't forgive cheating. Men don't forgive cheating. Anyway, so Mic Check guys went ham on YY, calling him a red flag, sijui nini, saying how the new lady pia shouldn't be so comfortable. They talked a lot of shit. Kwanza Marya talked a lot of shit. Mpaka they agreed, they actually called YY on that episode and they asked him to come over for another episode. And I remember them categorically saying they were going to ask YY about all this, right? So me, I'm excited as a fan not a fan of Kina Mike Check podcast. I'm not their hater, but as a fan of YY, yeah, I'm excited because I want him to, because I think they are good at, Mike Check are good at their shit. They are good at what they do. Let me give them their flowers. So I knew if YY comes over, they are going to ask him all the difficult questions, all the uncomfortable questions. So I knew he would address this issue different from how he addressed it with Kido or how he might have addressed it in any other platform, right? So I think last Sunday was the Mankush episode. Then fast forward to yesterday, they had YY over. But bro, these guys did not talk of anything important bana. Kwanza I saw them humble. Mtu kama Marya was not giving all that energy she was giving before YY came over. Hey man, this Marya lady is a hypocrite bana. And then this lady knows how to save face bana. Shit. So YY comes over and I'm expecting these guys, to okay, of course they have those introductory sections where they like go through funny tweets, shit like that. But throughout the whole entire episode, these guys were just covering trending topics around Africa, most of Africa. The Bang and Gonga, whatever issue, Zimbabwe issues, vitu tu za upuzi, una get. So me, I'm all there. I'm waiting. When are you guys going to ask YY about math yake? When are you going to ask YY what happened between ako kaperiod walikuwa pamoja na ex wake kwa show that they ended up separating? Me, I'm waiting for these guys to ask YY all that bana. Mpaka YY was like the odd one out. YY was so, unajua, YY is good at podcasts when he's being interviewed, when he's laying out his truth, when he's speaking wisdom, words of wisdom, right? But they had YY appear as just a guest. Is it like what do you call it? An honorary guest or something? Kitu kama hiyo, honorary guest. But YY was so out of place, yani, bro, I don't know. Okay, of course, in a classic YY fashion, he was cracking out some of his dope jokes and all. But still, he was out of place. It was so disappointing, bana. The episode entirely wasn't that bad. I would rate it, siezi rate vibaya. Out of 10, I would rate it as an 8. The show was good, but it didn't achieve the purpose for which these motherfuckers led us to believe. We actually thought that YY was coming over so that they can follow up on all this bullshit they were talking about. The episode pre-Mankush. But what these motherfuckers did is they tucked their tails in between their legs and didn't follow through.